This is your one and only FireSpark81 with your daily dose of video goodness, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Ark Mods Weekly. I got some great mods per usual, so let's get to it. The first mod we are taking a look at today is called Dino Station. This thing is crazy OP and expensive, but it's crazy what you can do with it. Let's take a look at the engrams first. So we're gonna go into our engrams here, and we're gonna scroll down just a little bit. There's a bunch of stuff here that you have to learn with this station. You can type in Dino to get the ball and the station, and potion, if I can type, to get the potions. But then there's also the DNA kit, and so it's right here. You type in DNA to get that one, but basically you can just scroll down and it all should be in this level 1 right here. You can learn all of it at level 1. Gonna cost you a bunch of engram points per each thing. So the Dino Station itself gonna cost you 20 engram points, 25 crystal, 50 electronics, 5 element, 150 metal ingots, and 20 polymer. And then each of these has individual crafting costs, and we'll go over them as we get to them. But like the extraction kit going to cost you 10 engrams, the ball going to cost you 20, and for this station to work you pretty much have to learn, well, at least these 3 right here. You don't necessarily have to learn all of the potions. You will have to learn the sacrifice potion if you want to get access to certain upgrades and stuff like that. All right, so let's take a look at the crafting station. So here is the crafting station for this thing. We're going to go over here and look at the crafting options. So we have the stat point token and the clone token. These two will come with the station. You don't have to learn these. They're just here. Once you learn the station, you place it down. You can see they're extremely expensive, and to craft them you're gonna need to use the Dino DNA, which you get from the extraction kit. That's one of the reasons you have to learn the extraction kit. So each extraction kit is going to cost you 5 chitin or keratin, 1 crystal, and 10 fiber. They're super cheap, which is fine. You're gonna have to use a lot of them. As you see here, this one's going to cost you 1,000 Dino DNA and 100 element, 1 Dino egg, and 10 stimulants. So it's pretty expensive to clone your Dino. And then the stat point token you can craft for 10 Dino DNA, 10 element, or 10 stimulant, but you can also get these by sacrificing tame dinos that have been leveled up, and we'll get into that here shortly. Then there's a bunch of different potions you can learn here. They're not too insanely crazy. I love the sex change potion. Its crafting cost is a metal hatchet, 100 narcotic, and 100 stimulant, and its flavor text is ouch. That's great. I love that its crafting cost is a hatchet. But yeah, so I'm not gonna go over like each of these crafting costs. They're varying. You can see here they're not too crazy, but we will go over the actual what each of these potions do. Okay, so to start off with this thing, you're gonna want to craft the Dino balls. These things are gonna cost you 10 cementing paste, 5 crystal, 5 electronics, 10 element shards, and 10 metal ingots. So you're gonna need to get tech before and farm some element for all of this stuff, because it's crazy OP and you should have to anyway. So essentially the ball allows you to capture a dino and put it inside the ball and carry it around. So all you have to do, put it over in the dino's inventory, use it, bam, there you go. Now you got your dino, and you can take it wherever and place it wherever, inside caves or, you know, whatever you want to do. You can put it in another dino, store it, whatever you want to do. See, another dino there, and you can also take it over here and you can put it into cold storage. So it's a great way to store your dino. You could just store them up and store tons of dinos and have an insane amount of them and just have them over here in the old storage locker, and it's great. So fantastic. But here's the cool thing. You can do a lot of stuff with this dino once you have this dino in this ball. I already have one in here, so I'm going to show you that one. We're going to take this guy over here and we're going to place him back out. So all you have to do to get the dino back out is just use the ball, and you do get the ball back. So you can see I have 23 here. If we use it, bam, places him, and now we have 24 dinos back. And if it had stuff in its inventory, all that stuff would be in there as well. Okay, so I have a dino in here. It's a rock drake. Now, once you have your dinos in here, if they're damaged and they're inside the ball, you can heal them up. You can also clone them if you have a clone token here, and you can also upgrade them. Upgrading them is crazy. So I have a bunch of upgrade tokens here that I got from just killing dinos, and essentially you get as many upgrade tokens as levels that the dino has gained. So if I was to clone this dino, which is a max level dino, I would get, 70 some points. Actually, let's just do that. I'll show you a clone. So what we'll do is we'll pull these out and we will toss a clone token in there and we will clone this guy. There we go. Now we have the clone, and all we have to do is just bring him on over here and we get him out of the way because he's gonna be a little bit under the ground probably. Yeah, see, there. Sometimes they go a little bit under the ground. It's fine. Just put a saddle on them and they'll pop up right out of there. What we're gonna do is we're gonna use one of the sacrifice potions, and you can see the text tells you. The text is pretty explanatory on all these potions. Tells you what they do. If it's not self-explanatory. So you can use this on your tame dino, sacrifice it for its tame stat points. So what we're going to do is just use it. There you go. Oh, sorry, 71. I was 1 point off. Now we have 71 extra of the stat tokens here. Now each of these stat tokens is a point for the dino to spend. So we're going to put these back in here, and we're going to go over here. We're going to highlight it, and we're going to click upgrade dino. Now you will notice that you can also upgrade the dino's wild points. This is amazing for breeding. If you don't want to clone your dino and you just want to like up your breeding program a little bit, maybe you can't find that one dino with super awesome stamina and you really need it, and you can't find it. So then you could just pop one of them in the ball, sacrifice one that has some levels that you don't really need, or go out and tame one, get it its first initial levels. Honestly, that would be the easiest way to farm levels, would just be tame new dinos, let them gain those quick initial points, sacrifice them, and there you go. Then all you have to do is just click upgrade. And so if we click right here, we're on the wild points, and we're going to upgrade this one stamina. There you go. You're upgrading wild points right now. Your dino has to be completely tame or max level in tame points before you can unlock the tame points section here. So actually I'm going to close out of this, and we're going to go grab a dino that I know is not maxed out. Pretty sure this guy's not here, so we will just use the ball on him and bring him over here. And then we will place him down, and we will click upgrade dino. Here we go. You can see that the tame points are locked. So you can only modify wild points on the dino if the dino has not already been max leveled, which is fine because you can get decent, upgrading the wild points can do some serious damage. We're going to go back to the Drake here. Click on upgrade again. You will notice that under the wild points, you cannot upgrade movement speed, torpidity, or crafting speed, because they don't have crafting speed, so it doesn't matter. And notice that also you can upgrade the imprinting on them to 100, which means that even if the dino hasn't been imprinted on and it's just a wild dino, you should be able to increase its imprinting, which is kind of crazy. If we come over here to tamed points, same thing. You can actually upgrade the movement speed on this one, but you cannot upgrade torpidity or crafting speed. Those are grayed out. So just something to keep in mind there of what you can and can't upgrade on these things. So of course you can just go ahead, and this also means that you can take a dino past max level, because once they are max level, then you can continue to put points into this option and further increase their points past the max level cap, which is kind of insane. It's not just kind of insane. It is insane that you can do that. You can end up with crazy OP dinos. Okay, so let's take a look at some of these potions that we have here. So first off, we have this potion here, and I want to point this one out because this one is permanent. So this one allows any dino to turn on the spot, also doubles the turning speed, step height, and removes fall damage. So I've used it on this guy right here, and you will notice if I turn, he just turns. Dinos don't do that. If you don't already know that, I'll show you real quick. We pull the saddle off this guy here, and we put it on this one here that the potion has not been used on, and we use it. Here we go. See? Nothing. You just spin around the dino. So, yeah, that's crazy, and it's also permanent. I've restarted everything else, and I put it in the ball, one of the dino balls, taking it back out. Once you feed them that potion, that's it. They have this ability to to turn on the spot, and his turning speed, like, look at that. That's crazy. So that's pretty cool. You already saw what the sacrifice potion does to them. The sex change, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. It changes the sex. So this is a female. We're gonna use it on him. Bam, now it's a male. That's it. You can swap them back and forth all you want. Bam, it's back. How about that? Pretty neat. I actually think that that's pretty cool that you can do that. Next up, we have the breeding potion, and this just resets the female's breeding timer. So if you breed them together, and you know how you got that cooldown, this just resets it. That's it. We have the hunger potion. This, I assume, is made for taming, but you can feed it to any dino. There you go. He's out of food now. So that sucks to be him. Let's run him over here, make sure that he's close enough so he can start eating off the trough there. And he should start, yeah, he's eating. Okay, good. We don't want to lose him. So that's what that does. So you can use that on your tames and stuff like that to tame better. This potion right here is amazing. This is fantastic. I've wanted a potion like this forever. This is basically a mind wipe for your tame dinos. So we got this guy right here who's just determined to mine this rock. Okay, please stop now. Thank you. So we're gonna put this on him, and we're gonna use it and watch his points available. Look at that. How fantastic is that? I can't count the number of times I've screwed up on a dino and put points in something that I didn't want to point him in. You put too much speed in something, and now your dino's uncontrollable, and it was a good dino till you put those extra like 5 points in speed, or you wish you put more in stamina, whatever. Now you can reset your dino and get those points back and respec them. That is so fantastic. And then next we have the resistance potion. They take 50% less damage, so they only take 50% damage for 30 seconds, and it's stacked. So we can jump on this guy right here, and we will put a couple of them over here. Let's do one more, and we'll use it. You can see we got 30 seconds. Use it again, use it again, use it again. So you can just keep feeding until you get a whole lot of time on there, and then run around doing whatever and take 50% less damage. And last but not least, we have the heal potion. I mean, it tells you, instantly heals your dino to full HP. That's it. So then we have the DNA kits. As you saw over here, you need the DNA kits for a bunch of different things. You need DNA for this, you need DNA for this. So to get DNA, you gotta knock something out. So let's go out here and let's knock something out. Okay, so after looking around for a little bit, I found some stuff to knock out. So here we go. So the way that this DNA collection works is the bigger the dino, the more you get. It also ruins your taming effectiveness, so don't use it on stuff you wanna tame. Just go knock things out and use it specifically to, you know, get their DNA and then leave them to wake up or whatever. So there you go. You can see we got 252 DNA off this guy, and I mean, he's a level 12. He's a stego. He's a level 12, so it's a decent amount off of him. The thing is, we put this back on here. You can see there's quite some time before we can use that again. So it's best just to knock out a bunch of different things. We have this scorpion right here. This guy is level 72, so let's use one on him. Only 118 off him. And we have another stego here, 24. Let's use one on him or her, whatever it is. You see we got 253. So there you go. I mean, we got, what, 623 off just those 3 dinos, and it only took me a second to knock them out. So it's not too terrible to collect a bunch of it, and you're going to need a bunch of it. So, I mean, just run around outside your base, wherever, just start knocking things out like crazy, craft up a bunch of these things, and just use them on all of them, and then you will have plenty of DNA to do stuff with. The real kicker that you're gonna need is the element. I mean, the stuff takes the element shards, and that's gonna be a little bit more difficult to get. So you need 10 element shards for this one, and you need 100 actual full-on element for this one. So you're gonna have to do some boss grinding for either of these if you want to craft this one this way. Honestly, I think the best option for the stat point tokens is to just craft this potion, which only takes 1 RG talon, 20 biotoxin, 5 eggs, 10 human hair, and 10 spoiled meat. That's a lot easier to get a hold of, with the exception of the hair, maybe, than it is to get a hold of the element shards. And you can just level up some random dino specifically to kill it. And well, by the time you have it leveled up and all of that stuff, and then you actually sacrifice it, and you go out and you do the same thing with another one, and you get ready to sacrifice the next one, your hair should have regrown enough. Or if you have a whole tribe of people, just have them all cut their hair. Not bad, and pretty easy to deal with. So yeah, but that's going to be it for that one. Let's get to the next mod. The next mod we are taking a look at is the Ark Resource Generator, and it's this thing right here, the Ark Factory. So we're going to go into our Ingrams, and we're going to type in Ark. And it is right here. You have to be level 100 to learn it. You have to know the tech replicator, and it's going to cost you 400 Ingram points to learn this thing. I know it's crazy, but this thing is insanely OP and completely broken, and it's basically like having admin status. So it's going to cost you 5,000 cementing paste, 5,000 electronics, 400 element, 5,000 metal ingots, and 5,000 polymer. It's crazy expensive, but once you spend all of that to craft this thing, it doesn't make a difference because you can just get all of it back. Let's take a look at what it does. So it needs to be hooked up to some type of electric. So we have hooked up to a generator here, and we're gonna go in here, and you can see I have a bunch of just resources in here, all kinds of resources, everything from, you know, the element ore to actual full-on element. We can throw arrows in there, and we can throw narco arrows in there, doesn't matter, all kinds of stuff. Now we're going to turn this thing on, and I want you to watch all of these resources with the exception of the silica pearls, because for some reason it won't do anything with the silica pearls, and I don't understand why. I actually have to comment on the mod page asking why it doesn't. So you can see that it's just all of these. Look at it, it's just duplicating everything. The thatch is going crazy, like it's making thatch like it's nobody's business. We're actually going to pull that out and watch all this other stuff just crank up. Look, it just goes. You can also do bullets. We'll throw a bullet in there. The simple ammo, look at it, duplicates that for you. It just duplicates pretty much any kind of resource you throw at it, including all of the aberration stuff. You can see it's doing the wood and the element ore as well, and it's also increasing the element. So once you build this thing, you never have to go harvest resources again, because if you need a resource, you just put it in here, and there you go. It's basically like having admin status and being able to spawn in whatever you want, except you just have to be patient. The only thing it's going to cost you is a little bit of electricity, which is essentially free because it just takes gasoline. And you know, let's pull some gasoline out of there. Let's see, does it? I haven't actually tested gasoline yet. Let's see if it actually yeah, so yeah, it's essentially free because you can just do that and then put one back in there and then bring your gasoline over here, and there you go. Yeah, I just have at it. Infinite resources for no cost whatsoever. But it's going to take you a while to farm all that up, and basically what you're going to want to do is have somebody use a mind wipe potion, learn this thing, then level up if you don't have the ionite option turned on to be able to continuously use mind wipe potions, and then use a mind wipe potion again and get your Ingrams back, because 400 Ingrams is crazy. Okay, on to the next mod. Last mod we are going to take a look at is the no durability climbing pick, because yes, that's all I got to say. So we're going to go in here and we're going to type climb, or CLI. That's going to bring up the climbing pick for us here. You can learn it at level 1. Going to cost you absolutely no Ingrams to learn it. So yeah, there you go. It's going to cost you 25 fiber, 20 metal ingots, 10 obsidian, and 10 wood. That obsidian may be a little bit difficult to come by at such an early level if you want to, you know, try to make these at level 1, but you know, you may get lucky. So anyway, super cheap to craft these things, and they're pretty self-explanatory. You're going to go into your inventory here and you can type in same thing, CLI, and it's right there. You can craft it in your inventory, and it's exactly what it says it is. It's a no durability climbing pick. So if we jump up here, you can see I'm using it, and it's taking no durability loss because it's just better. They have such low durability in the base aberration that it's just, it's annoying. You have to carry around multiple of them and everything else, and they're just a pain in the butt. So having these, I mean, it's a tiny little mod, super quick, super simple just to use. It's not going to take any time to load or any of that. Is a fantastic option for all of those aberration servers out there, and I guarantee you everybody on your server will praise you and bow down to you if you install this mod. All right, that's going to wrap it up for this episode. If you like what you saw, consider hitting that sub button. I want to give a big thank you to all of my Patreon supporters for helping make this episode possible. You all are absolutely amazing people. If you would like to help support this channel through Patreon, please check out the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like the comment, just hit that thumbs up button and show your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.